June is a month of increased opportunity for expansion, for higher truth, for harmony, unity, faith, peace, and natural faithfulness. It is a time when what we have worked hard at in the past and what we continue with and what we begin now can really have mature roots and ripen and expand and give us the fruits of our labors, so to speak, but also where there will just be natural opportunities present. And I'm going to speak more about exactly what's coming and how to navigate this month for best results for your business, for your families, for your health, for for your manifestations and what you're envisioning and working towards in for leaders and for those who are pioneering the next level of evolution for humanity, the new earth, so to speak, and for healers, for light workers. So this is what this astrology, who this astrology is for. I am Antoinette McKeska. I am a Babylonian astrologer. I practice astrology as it was practiced, as it was first originally practiced back in the golden age of Mesopotamia, of Babylon, of Sumer, of Akkad, and even ancient Greece, dating back as far as 7500 to 5500 BC. So this is very different than the modern popular astrology that is mainstream. I practice astrology as it was when astrologers were astronomers and outside looking at the real sky, and when astrologers were priests and we're the primary consultant for royalty, the king, the kingdom, the greatest empires did not make a move without consulting their astrologer first. And that's why these dynasties lasted so long and were so powerful back in ancient times. And the ones who still use them now uh, have the leading edge. So I bring this to you, and so that those more benevolent leaders, where the power is changing right now. It's changing from the old ways of leadership into the hands of the heart-centered and service-centered leader who has greater visions for the future of humanity and for our lineages and for the legacies that we leave. So, what's most powerful and most potent is what I'm going to emphasize, because that's what's most important, is to pay attention to that. And what is most powerful and most potent is, well, there are two things, especially Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion and truth, higher truth and spiritual knowledge and spiritual protection and just protection in general, um, is moving into its constellation. Actually, it's a nebula, Cancer, the nebula of Cancer. It's a place of highest dignity, where it is exalted, and Jupiter is the great benefic planet. And whenever it moves into Cancer, um, it can give its full expression of everything that it can offer to us. And that goes into abundance and better, um, better emotional regulation that comes naturally, more peace and unity among families, and any emotional trouble that's been happening. so it can come to more resolve and peacefulness as we are. It can contribute to helping us naturally focus on what's right and what's good and what we can have gratitude for, and rather than what's wrong. So this is how, whenever the movements of Jupiter, especially, which Jupiter changes a constellation about every year. So it's going to be in Cancer for a whole year starting June 6th. And we can expect, what we have begun and what we do begin while Jupiter is here to have mature roots and ripen and expand and really bless us with prosperity, more than any other time. And this goes especially for, if you've had any troubles, it can give relief from troubles. It can give greater freedom. It can give greater luck and good fortune. Um, it can help with childbearing. So if you want to have children, or you've been trying to have children, or your children are troubled, you can look forward this year. This is the best year, June this year through June of next year, for your children or for those children around you, and for just children in the world in general, and families and mothers can receive greater support. And let's see, Jupiter in this place can bring greater inheritance and a feeling of camaraderie, brotherhood, sisterhood, and it can give greater beauty, manifestations of beauty and harmony and unity. And so what we will see is just more truth coming to light, but uh, not not so much the truth that we have seen over the past few months and the past year, especially. Not like it's not so much the hard and difficult and really really troubling truth that you wish you wouldn't have seen, which has happened a lot over the past few months, but it has been necessary for us to see the truth. But it brings the truth higher, so it helps us to attach to higher truth, so that we get more of that. So we do know from all all religions and spiritual traditions teach that what we focus on expands, right? So it can be easier to focus on what's right and and the higher truth, so that we automatically get more of this. Our faith is automatically buoyed. So we can see an increase of faith and an increase in gratitude and an increase of and because of the increase of faith and gratitude and focusing on what's right and most benevolent, then we automatically see an increase in this that happens for us, right? Um, and we can be drawn to those things that are more righteous, and so we can see a relief from well, this new technology that has been upon us and is for many decades, but also it's speeding up. The technologies are speeding up and becoming more advanced, and it's been so we've seen so much nervous system dysregulation and mental health crisis in the world lately, especially among youths. And this can help to just bring more calm and peace to that, and we can be more drawn to nature and what's most nourishing. And and then the nervous system naturally um, comes back online and is more in harmony. And yeah, so really, I I stress during these times, really staying connected with nature. And that's why I also practice this type of astrology. This is the only type of astrology that is the high technology of standing with your feet on the earth and your eyes on the skies, so you don't miss what's most important. If you're not connected to nature, if you're not connected to the natural rhythm and cycles with your body embodied in nature, um, and including like not only the plant world and the animal world and the mineral world, the earthly world, but also the heavenly world, then if you're not connected to these things, then you're going to come offline. There's more increase in nervous system disruption and in having a hard time making decisions and making the wrong decisions, and you're out of alignment, right? So, and in health crisis and health, not only crisis, but chronic health conditions, and those chronic health conditions and even crisis situations that are um, that are hard to diagnose. Right, we've seen a lot of that lately, and really coming back online and in accordance with nature is what's most important. So, with that being said, I did see Mars. Um, Present himself, show up bright as a red star above the horizon um, in May on my latitude, and some latitudes will higher than mine. I'm in Texas. I'm in Austin, Texas. So at my latitude, I'm about 30 degrees north. So if you're at a higher latitude, then you may see Mars this month on the horizon, and that is on the morning horizon, the eastern horizon before sunrise. So we can, and since Mars has entered Aries, his sign where he's most powerful, his constellation where he's most powerful, and he has full dignity. Also, just like Mars has full I mean, Jupiter has full power in Cancer, Mars has full power in Aries. So we can, really use this energy to take charge and pioneer forward on our business ventures, and to put more effort and more willpower, more free, more physical will into starting new endeavors. This is the place, the first, this is the place of the pioneer, Aries. This is the place of starting anything new, of getting anything going. And with Mars here, we have full power. Okay. So, and we are in an epoch of Mars. We were in a 180-year epoch of Taurus before, and now we've entered a 180-year epoch of Aries around 2016. So during this time, every movement of Mars is most powerful. So this is also, it's more that primal and even like reptilian instinct, and that really raw primal power has has come back into, well, not come back, but it has come into, I mean, Mars is most powerful, and any movement of Mars is going to be most powerful during this epoch, during this 180-year cycle. So um we do want to watch out for, there will be more aggression, and there has been more aggression in the world, and more you know um even more fear. So Mars is associated with fear too, because it's all those primal instincts, right? But the good news is we can use, so what has more power over Mars is Jupiter has more power over Mars. Venus can also have power over Mars, the goddess of love, right? So in the ancient text, she was always his. In the ancient stories, she was his lover, and she's the one who would soften Mars. And then Jupiter is the king, right? So Jupiter he was Zeus, the king of the gods. He was Marduk, the king of the gods, and the creator. And and Mars is like the soldier. So under the leadership of the king, Mars can, his energies can be directed uh, into what's right. So that's good that we have Jupiter powerful this month and for the coming year, because we will see more peace on the planet because of this, because people are more naturally going to be more opportunistic and leaning towards faith and peace. So we can also see with we have the North Node continuing in Aquarius, and we've got Uranus it um, speaking in precise um, geometric harmony with all the outer planets are speaking together. Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, um, Uranus, in a way that, and then the North Node in Aquarius in the sacred geometry that they are creating in the sky in the particular constellations that are they're in. We are going to see more um, more advancements in AI, right? Of course, there's no stopping that. New technology as far as healing. Okay, we'll have more opportunity for healing, more technology for healing, more advancements for healing that may have been hidden before are now coming more available, um, and we'll hear more disclosure about extraterrestrial and intraterrestrial life, and so we'll see more of that coming. And yeah, so also we have, let's see, June 14th, the moon conjunct the sun. So there will be a dark moon um, just for about a day. So that's the day of rest, and June 14th, and recalibration, and kind of for planning and cleaning and cleaning out your closet, so to speak, or um, uh, finishing things up to get ready for the new cycle that begins June 15th, when a new lunar crescent will show up on the western horizon in Gemini with Mercury, and Mercury will be a bright evening star. He will be Hermes. He will be, so if you get to see Mercury on the horizon with the new lunar crescent June 15th, then consider yourself blessed, because it's very rare to get to see Mercury. Mercury is the great magician. He's the salesperson. He's the astrologer. He's the one who sees the patterns and can do the repatterning and uh, solve the problems. He's the trickster. He's also the thief. And so, as an evening star, he's Hermes. So, I urge you to watch that new lunar crescent on the western horizon after sunset on June 15th, and look for Mercury there, who will be close to the horizon, who can be a little tricky to see. And let that be your starting point for the new 30-day cycle. So after you see that first lunar crescent, then you can put your offers out into the world, and they will have a long life, right? So you will have to work hard and diligently at them, because we do have Saturn still strong in the sky and in a square to that that new lunar crescent coming then. So, but what you do begin, if you can be consistent and be disciplined, and what you begin June 15th on, be consistent, be disciplined, just follow the plan, then even though it may feel harder, it's going to be worth it, and it will have more longevity. And so you can definitely start your projects. But even I would say, actually, let's see, even the days after would be good to start your new projects. Let me look at June 16th. Um, Actually, I think June 17th. June 17th. Mm, I'm looking at the best day to start your new project, or to put your new project out into the world, your new creation, whatever that may be, right? So, um, I mean, I like June 17th and 18th because it is blessed by Jupiter and Venus, but it's also afflicted by Mars. So I'd actually, I think June 19th is the most benevolent day to start, to, if you have a new project that you're presenting out into the world, or something important that you're starting that needs to be visible. I would say June 19th is the most benevolent day for this. So mark that on your calendar. And then June 29th, at the end of the month, is the full moon in Sagittarius. And again, it'll be square that Saturn and Neptune conjunction. So we saw the Saturn Neptune conjunction was exact last year and earlier this year in February. So it's going to be triggering that. So basically, what's happening this year and last year, and what's being triggered this month, is um, the the dissolving of old systems and structures. Okay, so the dismantling. So the last time the Saturn Neptune, and I've spoken about this before, but it's being triggered by the sun and the moon this month. But the last time Saturn and Neptune were conjunct was when the Great Berlin Wall came down. And the time before, it was the French Revolution. And there's always been a big revolution for that results in the dismantling or the dissolution of old systems and structures, so that they're no longer viable. So we can look forward to that. And also, there's just so many awakenings with the big outer planets. Just like our awakening is speeded up, the truth is more prevalent. Uh, and it can be really like discombobulating and put us in a state of fear. So I think, like, Jupiter in this place is going to really help kind of level everyone out, and come into more unity and peace, so that we can help take the planet to where it next needs to go, to where we next envision where we want it to go, rather than feeling like a lot of people are so focused, like, outside of themselves, that they're disconnected to what's real and what's natural, and what's most important, which is like the home, the family, the ancestors, our emotional state, and taking care and nurturing that. And Jupiter is definitely going to help with this. Uh, the the housing prices will also level out. We'll see the interest rates um, kind of leveling out, or even lowering over the next year. And yeah, children can receive an increase in protection and nurturing especially those children who are born over the next year, June and this year to June of next year. And yeah, so let me know what you are planning for the month of June, how you're using this energy, and let me know in the comments. And also, I'm an astrologer for leaders, and your star map, your whenever you were born, every planet, every star in the sky was speaking to each other on the whole sky. Okay, so you like the snapshot of the sky was a snapshot of your soul at your birth. So this star map, it's a living covenant between your soul and between heaven. And from this covenant flows the full support of the spiritual worlds, the leading edge intelligence that once moved empires, and the celestial precision that transforms every bold move that you were born to make into the grand masterpiece that your soul came here to create. So I have the Royal Star Map activation that I'm offering right now, and I'll put that link in the comments. And this is it's the precision for your next move, the precision of the intricacies of your divinity, where what's most important, your purpose, your relationships, your legendary, the legend, the like legendary adventure that you came here to live, that whispers to you at an inner level, but maybe societal conditioning or this like raw, more primal survival instinct that we're wired for has suppressed. So whenever you have your star map activated by me in a session, then it's like you've reclaimed ownership. What you see, you can no longer unsee. It's like you've claimed your throne. You're here. Whenever I had my first Babylonian star map activation, there was no going back. But I felt so much more at peace um, with my next moves, and I could see the strategy for it was for my purpose, for my business, for your love life, for the reasons that you have had to learn the lessons that you had to learn, and it's a contribution towards your purpose, right? So um yeah, it's why so many awakened leaders and healers and visionaries, they feel the weight of a world that no longer fits, and it's because we're going into the new world, and your soul is refusing to harmonize with a dying order. So um yeah, it's right now, Saturn and Neptune and Pisces is dissolving that glamour that made that lie feel more like protection. And in harmonious aspect to Pluto, it's exposing where power has been like stolen, weaponized, and hidden. Not that you're a victim, but that's how it can feel. And these deep, ancient, hidden truths are being revealed to activate this life with permanent rewards. So you always come away with permanent rewards and a clear path forward to so that your vision matches like where you're actually going, and you can see the map. So yeah, now the magical power of the real astrology is here and it's accessible. So I'll leave that link in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you there. And God knows better.